Oh, whoa! Yeah, that's right. What's up, guys? I'm Nick, or Vaseline Noodles on TikTok. Last week, I ranked all 8 of the MCU franchises from worst to best, and today I'm gonna do the same thing with all 8 DCEU movies. Welcome to another episode of Ranked. Coming in at dead last is Justice League. I despise the Justice League. I honestly think it is hot garbage. It tries to do way too much and does way too little at the same time, okay? It tries to introduce all these characters and gives no arcs to each of them, okay? None of them are interesting. Cyborg, Aquaman, Flash, they're all just, their freaking stories are like so unimportant. And the Justice League should be fun. You're literally bringing together the best DC superheroes of all time, and the team doesn't feel like a team. They feel divided. Kind of like the directing in the movie. It was originally directed by Zack Snyder, but due to tragedy, Joss Whedon had to reshoot and pick it up. And you can actually tell this because Batman, who is arguably the best part of Batman vs. Superman, is now the dumbest and most unintelligent character. He gets yeeted by Superman, okay? Didn't you just like beat his ass like the last movie? Like, what happened? Also, the villain in Justice League, I literally forgot his name because he's so forgettable. He is not threatening at all, and he's so bland, okay? Literally, I don't feel like he's a reason for the Justice League to be created. For the Justice League to be created, it should have been Darkseid, or maybe even General Zod, or Doomsday coming back. Those are menacing villains. The movie just lacks any real focus. It doesn't feel like there's any momentum going on. You can tell there's reshoots because there's just an imbalance in tone. There's this really weird comedy when you came from Batman vs. Superman. Like, you can say Batman vs. Superman, you didn't enjoy it, but Justice League has to follow up with that type of tone. And lastly, the characters just don't feel fully developed, okay? You have the Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman. Those are really big characters, and they're so underdeveloped. They should have had solo movies beforehand. And when you take all those characters, spit it in a movie, and try to act like they're side and minor characters, to be completely honest, it's an unenjoyable movie. At number 7 is Suicide Squad, which made me want to kill myself. Okay, I'm joking. I actually think the movie is a little bit overhated, but that doesn't make it a good movie. I feel like Suicide Squad is one of those like turn your brain off movies. Like, if you're not paying attention to the story or any of the character development, it's fun to watch, it's enjoyable. Suicide Squad is a really lazy movie, okay? It has a really straightforward plot. You got these bad guys and they're like, we are bad guys, but not bad guys. And then they defeat these, rock monsters, the curse, I don't know what's going on. It's just, there's nothing really gained from the story. It's just kind of mindless, numbless action. The only real interesting characters are Harley Quinn and Deadpool, right? Deadshot. Every other Suicide Squad member, super forgettable. There was Diablo, the only thing he did was die. Killer Croc, Captain Boomerang, Samurai Girl, and don't forget the worst character of all time in all DCE universe, Slipknot. He was there just to, he climbs buildings. Oh, head explodes. And the Joker. You know what, fuck the Joker. Number 6. At number 6, big surprise actually, Man of Steel. I'm not a big fan of Man of Steel, and this is why. The first half to actually kind of 3/4 is so boring. The movie feels way too dark and kind of like depressing to be a Superman movie. And I know that it's okay to like, you know, change your tone and everything, but it's Superman, okay? He's the knight in shining armor. He's this happy character. He's this brave, someone you look up to. But Henry Cavill kind of just plays this sad, moody version. I will say that the only real enjoyable part was the third act, the fight between Superman and the other General Zod Kryptonians. Like, that fight, so fast-paced, so like heavy, the hits. Like, they felt like actual Kryptonian hits. And I like that aspect. But other than that, the movie just, it wasn't it for me. At number 5, I might get some hate for this, but Aquaman. I don't know why. I know a lot of people like Aquaman. I just don't. I think it's super tacky. I think it's cheesy. I think it's stupid. I know I'm being a little harsh, but this is my opinion, remember? I just think Aquaman tries too hard. I think that the action is a bit too flashy, right? There's almost too much CGI and everything. And the jokes don't land. They just feel like they come out of nowhere, like the whole Aquaman, maybe you should piss on it. I don't think it's I don't think it delivers. See, Aquaman has all the technical aspects to be a good movie. It has all the good storytelling aspects, you know? A villain who hates you because you killed his father. A lost mother. A relationship with a girl you just met. fighting your brother to become king. Like, these are all good storytelling aspects, but it kind of just makes Aquaman feel cliche, and they've all been done better in other movies. At number 4 is Birds of Prey. Okay, Birds of Prey is an extremely exciting movie. You got Harley Quinn at the center, played by Margot Robbie, who is this egocentric character who goes through all these emotions, and she's just awesome to watch, honestly. The action is like really fast-paced and violent. I love that. I love bloody violence in the DC movie, and the movie is just hilarious. It's constant jokes. I like seeing all the characters. Each one was eccentric in their own way, but my one problem is this. It should be renamed to Mary Sue's and the Birds of Mary Sue. I feel that all Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey are way too invincible. Literally, they don't get hurt. There was a part in the ending where they had to fight all of Black Mask and his goons. Bruh, none of them got like damaged at all. Like, it doesn't feel realistic when guys are shooting guns at you and you got a freaking hammer and Black Canary screams all of a sudden, like with no, by the way, no like in the story, oh, she has powers. Like, there's no description of that. And for that reason, it kind of takes me out, because I just like characters to feel vulnerable, like to feel like they might maybe have weaknesses or can lose. And, you know, if I feel like if some of them got hurt more, I think this movie would definitely be even higher on my list. Number 3, this is gonna be controversial. Batman versus Superman. I know that Batman vs. Superman is extremely polarizing. Literally, people make fun of it all the time because Lex Luthor is this weird, nerdy guy that goes, hey, yeah, Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne. Ho ho! Right? He's like Mickey Mouse and like an evil version of Mickey Mouse and Mark Zuckerberg combined. And then we have the save Martha and Batman kills people. I know that's dumb. But you gotta give it balls, because it is pretty nuanced, and I kind of like the confidence. I kind of have a hate-love relationship with this movie. Like, I know some parts are just dumb, but there's some parts that are just awesome. Batman, like, okay, I know he kills people, but like his fighting style and the fact that he's super dark and he's super brooding and actually defeats Superman essentially, I like that aspect. I like seeing that type of Batman. He felt different, and he felt just cool. It was a cruel Batman, but a cool Batman. And I'm kind of sad that we're not going to see Batfleck again. I liked Wonder Woman through the movie. You know, she was this character that felt really prestigious and snuck around and used her wits to get stuff, to get information. And then at the end, she's super badass. Like, you know, the Doomsday fight, yeah, Doomsday is not the coolest character, but I'll admit that fight scene with and like all the explosions and fighting, like I actually thought it was really exciting to watch. Lastly, the idea. Although maybe wasn't performed in the best way, the idea that Batman hates Superman because Superman is a danger to society and that he's a risk factor, but then Superman's humanity and having a mother named Martha actually brings Batman back to reality. Snap back to reality. Sorry, I had to do that. But the fact that it's actually this really poignant story and has a lot of like political undertones to it. But seeing this like political and almost like philosophical undertone with Superman being treated as a god and a devil at the same time, and then Batman questioning his moralities, like, you know, how he treats criminals and then how he treats Superman, and then switching up on that, I thought it was really interesting. And I know that it's not the best movie, and it's very polarizing, but I think that if you rewatch it enough times, especially the Ultimate Edition, you'll get a new sense of, you just get a new sense on it, a new enlightening. You'll get a new enlightenment on it. Number 2 is Shazam! I love Shazam. And this is because Shazam is its own thing. It feels like a Christmas movie, but also has the superhero aspect to it. And I really love Christmas movies. I love Home Alone, I love Christmas Story, and to see this added to the superhero aspect with Shazam, like it's like what movie? Oh, it's like Big with Tom Hanks. Like, I love the fact that, you know, we have Zachary Levi playing this doopy kid, but in a super big body, and like just it's what kids would do, you know, try to fly and use lightning powers. It almost feels like the DCEU's version of Guardians of the Galaxy. And this is a good comparison, okay? I'm not trying to say that DCEU is copying MCU. What I mean is that it's a different character that no one would really expect, but it was something that was highly welcomed when you see it. Shazam is a really great family movie just for you know, just adults and children to see, but it's also like has a really poignant message about family. It's saying that blood family doesn't always mean that they're gonna be there for you. You know, Billy and his mother, they had that really heartbreaking scene in which his mother told him that, you know, she left him at the fair. And we see Billy gain a family and a connection with his adopted family. And, you know, I just think it's really incredibly heartwarming, and it's a perfect movie for anyone to see. At number 1 is Wonder Woman. For some reason, I'm extremely feminist today. Not that that's a bad thing, but Wonder Woman was the first movie that really put the DCEU on the map. And what I mean by that, it was the first movie that everyone essentially agreed that it was a great movie, okay? Before that, we had Man of Steel, which was okay. We had Suicide Squad, which nobody liked. And we had the extremely polarizing Batman vs. Superman. But Wonder Woman came on the ground and punched that all away and said, hey, we can be good. Wonder Woman, for sure, out of all the DCEU movies, has the best action. It has the power and the speed seen in Man of Steel. And it has also the flash and the energy of kind of Birds of Prey and maybe even Aquaman. I also think that Wonder Woman has an exceptional story. We have Wonder Woman, who's an Amazonian, you know, and she has never seen the real world, so she's alien to that. And then we have the spy pilot, Steve Trevor, played by Chris Pine. And he's just so funny and charismatic in his own way. You know, he kind of reminds me of Chris Pratt's in Guardians of the Galaxy, or Spider-Man in the beginning of Spider-Verse, because that is him. That is. And we've seen this story before. A person, a fish out of fresh water, who's not accustomed to what Earth is really. It's kind of like Thor and Captain Marvel, but it just wasn't really done well in those movies. But Wonder Woman made it interesting by having it happen in the midst of World War I. So then we get to see not only this awesome action, but Wonder Woman and see like her moral beliefs. And we see this kind of beautiful relationship between her and Steve Trevor. And then it like has this emotional stripping. Spoiler alert, but when Steve Trevor dies, I thought that scene was quite beautiful and extremely poignant. The twists and turns that Wonder Woman takes, I know they're not all the most original. It actually is cliche in parts, but they made it so it was like the best of them. That's what I mean. I think Wonder Woman takes all these cliches and makes the best of them. Kind of the opposite of Aquaman. And that is why I think Wonder Woman is the number 1 DCEU movie of now. That is my ranking. I've done MCU movies and now DCEU movies. Tell me what I should rank next. Bye-bye.